He's got a man wide open. Can he come down with it? He does!
Hey, we're not done! Let's go!
Welcome everyone to Inside Martinsville Football here on WRAP 15 Sports and the MHS Rewind YouTube channel. I'm your host Eric Meyer, joined as always by Artesian head coach Brian Duggar. And coach, congratulations from the get-go. Big second-time victory over Greenwood this year, and you get it right now to play for the Sectional Championship.
Yeah, it was a great win on Friday. Anytime you beat a team twice, that's good. Anytime you beat a team as good as Greenwood twice, that's good. And it was just a fun night. We played well, and we're playing really good football right now, and we're excited to be playing for a trophy on Friday night.
Win in advance, that's what the Artesians did. Now they get a chance to play for a trophy, the Sectional Championship, in another rematch coming up on Friday night at Mooresville High School against the Mooresville Pioneers. So we'll talk with the coach about that contest as well. But let's go back to the Greenwood game. It was the second time that you played Greenwood. We knew coming in that the Woodmen would probably have a little bit of a revenge factor on the mind, that you guys beat them in the way that you beat them in overtime, the come from behind win. But the script kind of flipped this time a little bit. You guys were the ones that had the lead late, holding on for the victory. But the game was really good from the get-go, both teams going back and forth at it.
Yeah, we definitely put together a good 4 quarters. We've talked about that multiple times and not having done that. But this is a game we did put together 4 really good quarters. We had some big plays early, and our defense played phenomenal. And we talked about how we were going to have to play really physical, and that's what they do. They just play so physical on both sides of the ball. And our offensive line was great. Tyler Cox rushed for over 200 yards, and our defensive line and linebackers were outstanding. That 3 yards in a cloud of dust, that's what they do. And you got to win one. You got to win it down and push them off track a little bit, and we were able to do that a few times.
Able to do that a couple of times in the contest. They jump out on you guys. It was kind of back and forth, but then a little bit of a momentum swing toward the end of the first half of play, and you guys took the lead into the halftime locker room.
Yeah, they came out and they put together, it felt like a 20-play drive the whole first quarter, and took the lead 7-0, and we kind of weathered the storm there for a minute, and then I think we popped 2 Tyler Cox big runs that led, one of them was a touchdown, one led to another one that kind of got us on the board, which is a good thing. We had some really big plays, and at halftime we were, I don't know if it was 21-14 or 21 or 20-13. Yeah, we went for 2 on one of those, and then we had a chance for a late field goal there at the end of the half, and our kicker took too long to get out there and get organized and do all his stretching before his kick. So that 51-yarder turned into a 56-yarder, so we decided to throw one up there at the end of the half. But momentum was definitely on our side at that point. We had gotten big stops, and we put together some drives that put us in position again, and things were clicking.
And you took some of that momentum out of the locker room and actually increased that lead to a 2-score lead. Like you said, you're off a little bit on the score because of the fact that you had missed an extra point, but leading them by 2 scores, and then kind of the flip of the script from what happened the first time. They started to make a little bit of inroads, trying to come back on you guys there in that second half.
Yeah. We the 2-point thing. We felt. We kind of had a play in there that if we're going to do something funky there and see if we can draw them off sides or get a timeout, and then if they didn't do that, we just go in and kick it, and they jumped off sides, and our plan was they jumped off sides. We're going to go for 2 and kind of make this an interesting game. We felt like from 1.5 yards we could get in there pretty easily, and we just mishandled the exchange somehow, which we haven't really done much this year. And I think if we give it, I think Weston walks in. Just one of those things where we were kind of behind now with the scoring thing, and we just felt like we just kept scoring, we'd be fine, and that was the case. We did, and we from that point on, we just kind of knew they were going to struggle to stop us. We could run the ball, throw the ball, whatever we needed to, and momentum definitely swung to us, and we kept it that way.
Able to keep it even when they were making the comeback with you guys. It was 34-21. They get it 34-28, and you guys kind of held there a couple of times and then get the big interception there late by Larry Bland.
Yeah, we knew that if we could get them in a situation where they had to throw the ball consistently, that was going to benefit us eventually. That they are so good up front, and they run the ball. Those 2 running backs are just so good. that we felt like if we can make them throw the ball, that goes against what they want to do. And we kind of got the ball down there at about the 30-yard line or so, and got a 4th and 6, and we decided we were going to go for it rather than waste a punt and kick it, into the end zone, and we just gained 10 yards. So we thought, let's throw one up. Maybe we catch it. Maybe they intercept it, and it's like a punt then. And that's exactly what happened. They intercepted it about the 7-8 yard line, and they had to march the whole field. And I don't say we felt good, because there's definitely some nerves there, but we felt like the more they threw the ball, the better off we were going to be. And Larry, he read it right. He stayed in his spot and saw the receiver break to him and found the ball, and that was the game.
Big win for you guys, obviously, to move on and advance to your second win of the season over Greenwood, and you get to the sectional championship. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the highlights from the contest against Greenwood on Friday night.
This was our rugby punt. It's a nice read here by Weston. He felt like he could get the first down, and it was kind of nice because he set the tone for us, brought some energy. Overall, a great play by him, and kind of got us going, a little energy there. And here he is again, making a big tackle for a loss. And I think he finished with like 24 tackles or something crazy like that. So that's always a really good thing. And there were a lot of team tackles too, like this here. You see Trevor Mosgrove getting in there first, but there's 6 or 7 guys flying to the football, making plays, and our guys just really brought the physicalness. Here's another one, lowering the shoulder, getting some extra yards by Weston. We really took pride in being the more physical team in this game, and it kind of showed. Here's Tyler Atkins on a nice read here on one of our zone plays. Fortunately, doesn't have that Tyler Cox breakaway speed to outrun everybody, but does a good job there and picked up 30 or 40 yards, and we'll take that, which set up this. We're able to get Matt LaFerry over the top, and Matt's able to kind of walk into the end zone here. And I don't know if that was our first touchdown. I think it was, but it kind of got us started. And then, like I said, we had some pretty big runs by Tyler Cox here to really open things up for us. And again, we were watching on film, and that's 5 guys at the right 5 spots on offense, like all 5 guys blocking who they're supposed to, and it created a massive hole, and you see the result of it. And that's what we wanted to make them do. We felt like that wasn't their strength, that they were more ground and pound, so we felt like we could kind of take that advantage of it. It's been really nice having this guy back. I'm glad he's healthy. He's making plays for us. He gives us another dynamic with him and Matt, kind of some veteran guys out there making plays. Chase has been solid for us. Right there was our big hit there. Jalen LaPasa leveled that kid and opened up another big hole, and set off Tyler to the races, and I think we're able to punch it in here in just a second. Again, just pound it out, downhill football, hat on a hat, and everybody just driving their guy. Like I said, we were gonna be the more physical team. We were gonna out physical Greenwood, which is something that not too many teams have said. Again, there's 6, 7 guys flying to the football, hitting hard. I said we really took some pride in that. I think this is the big run right before the half. Kind of gave us a chance to maybe kick a field goal there, but like I said, our Ethan decided to do a little extra stretching and didn't get that kickoff in time. Been right at his range, at 51 yard. That'd been fun to see.
I wanted to see if he could hit that.
I wanted to see it too. It'd been fun to see there, but instead we had to throw one up. I think this is Adam's interception here. We do a good job being right where we're supposed to be in our spots, and Adam Field makes a big play. Like I said, that's what we wanted to make them do. We wanted to make them throw the ball, and our guys, they were in the right spots most of the game. It's nice to see, Tyler's just had such a great year. Nice to see him move into some all-time records there a little bit, moving to second place.
Right.
Anytime you're in second place behind a guy like Izzy, that's a heck of an accomplishment. This right here was kind of our play of the game. That was just a big roll out there by Tyler and a huge throw and catch, and that set up a touchdown. And that was kind of like you said, that separating factor.
Right.
Get that 2-score lead that kind of gives us a little. And again, Weston just being physical and right there and punching it in like that run is kind of a definition of our night. Like that's what we were going to do to them. We wanted to come out and play their game a little bit because that's how we felt we had to beat them.
That's where you went up on a 2-score lead here.
Yeah.
And they do come back, but again, a big physical hit there. Nigel
Yeah.
Bryant, big fellow getting fired up.
Mm-hmm. Those guys up front were awesome. They did their job all night. They pounded. They made plays, and we were able to do enough big plays like this here with Garrett Skaggs, and just enough to kind of keep the pressure on them. And I think we scored one more here, and then we were able to hold them off. Again, just a downhill run there, hat on a hat. Let's punch this thing in, and I was extremely proud of our boys for just the way they came out and played physical.
A look there at the defense when, and that quick strike that you guys were able to come back after you had taken the 2-score lead, they score, and then you guys come right back. You've got to be able to do that, and sometimes demoralizing to the other team.
Yeah, no, at 100%. We answered every time they rang the bell. We answered that, and that's what you got to do. And like a team they're not going to quit. That's Coach Campbell is such a good coach, and those kids are bought into what they're doing. They weren't going to quit. So we were going to have to keep responding and answering the bell every time. Here, I think they ended up scoring here, but this just a huge goal line stand.
Right.
I think we forced like a 3rd and 15. They ended up throwing one up and getting one on us, but we did what we had to do to kind of create, a situation for them to throw the ball. I think this is the one that seals it right here, if I remember. No, it's the next one. This is the one Larry knocks down. He should have picked it off, but probably could have called offensive pass interference there, and I'd have been okay with it.
Yeah,
but we get him on the next one here. Larry's in the right spot, finishes it off, and the celebration begins. So that was kind of a great team win, great moment. You see everybody's excited, and we're playing for a trophy now. That's how we're feeling about it.
And when we talked last time after you had played, we didn't talk right after the Mooresville game, but a few weeks later, and you could read the quote in the paper, you guys wanted a shot at Mooresville again, and now you get a shot at Mooresville. Yeah,
it's funny when I was talking to after the game to the Martinsville reporter, and they asked me what I thought about it. And all that came to mind was the Coach Siderwick's quote back when Bloomington South put the beating on him back in the day, and he said, "I really hope we see these guys again down the road." And I just felt the same way, kind of like, man, I know we can beat this team, and I know we can play with them, and I know we can compete with them, and I really just wanted that opportunity again for our kids.
And you're going to get that opportunity coming up on Friday night at Mooresville, just the way that the sectional pulls out where you played them the first time. What are some of the things that you're going to have to do different this time around? Obviously, we know the first one's going to come to mind, but what are some of the other things that you're going to have to do different on Friday night?
Well, I mean, let's be honest. Mooresville is probably the best team we've played all year. Them or Whiteland or Decatur. The conference is really good. So, but Mooresville is really good. They've earned their ranking for a reason. And if we're gonna go there and beat them, we're gonna have to outplay them. We're gonna have to take care of the football. We can't have 5 turnovers. We're going to have to do a better job of making sure we have our alignment right on defense. We can't give up easy touchdowns just because we're aligned wrong. And we just got to play a good, clean football game. And on top of that, we, just like you do every Friday night, we're going to need the ball to bounce our way a few times.
Looking for the ball to bounce your way. We talked about this when we were previewing Mooresville. Let's talk a little bit again, though. What are we going to see out of Coach Gillen's offense on Friday night?
Well, they're so diverse in what they do. The young quarterback is... He's a stud. He can sling it around. He can run the ball. And then on top of that, with that massive offensive line, with their hard-nosed running backs, I mean, they're going to get down the hill and run. So they are a take what you give them offense, meaning if you load the box up, they'll throw it, which is kind of what they did against us last time. We tried to load the box up, but we had some alignment issues that made it easier for them to throw the ball. And then if you kind of spread it out, then they have no problem pounding the ball with those 2 Purdue recruits and their hard-nosed running backs. So they're very, very solid on offense. It's a really, really good group.
Really good offensive group. That's kind of been the key for Coach Gillen's teams and what you can kind of fall back on in the past. Let's talk on the defensive side of the ball. What are we going to see out of them defensively?
Well, what they do defensively is they're just sound. They're not a kind of tricky defense and send all this pressure and all that. They are just a really sound defense. They're well coached. They play physical, and they've got some guys in some spots that will make some plays. For example, the The one kid had 5 interceptions against us. Now it's a pretty good game. So he's in the right spot at the right time, and that's what good well-coached teams do.
When you look at their team, I looked at the paper this week, and Coach Gillen talked a little bit about the fact that in the preview that Tyler Cox is a concern for him. Mm-hmm. Who is a concern for their team for you guys?
Number 9, number 45, number 20,
the list
number
goes
1,
on. Okay.
70, 71.
All right.
I can keep going. Yeah. So there's lots of concerns as far as who they are and what they do.
What are you guys going to have to do then? We've talked a little bit about it on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. Keys to the games if you want to come out successful on Friday night.
Well, the number one thing is we're going to have to take care of the football. We're going to have to make some plays, and we're going to have to defensively. We're going to have to tackle and finish tackles. We got to make them earn everything they get. They can't have big explosive plays on us. They're going to have to earn it. We need to make them go. Kind of like what Greenwood does, where they just kind of put together a 20-play drive. If they're going to score on us, we got to make them do what Greenwood does.
This is a huge game, obviously, a huge chance for you guys in the sectional championship. Martinsville has not won a sectional since 1996 when the aforementioned Israel Thompson was Mr. Football and led their team past Bloomington South in a game. Interestingly enough, Martinsville lost to them earlier in the year against a team led by Rex Grossman and the like. So maybe some history repeating itself. I know you're a history teacher, social studies teacher. You would love to have that happen.
We've talked all week about legacy, and we talked about how the Battle of the M Trophy is a fun game and it's something that's special, and you want to win that. But nobody talks about the Battle of the M Trophy 10 years down the road. People talk about sectional championships, and right off the top of my head, 1996. I know in the last sectional championship we won, and that team is, this whole town knows that 1996 was the last time we won a sectional. So we talked about 2020. Let's leave our legacy. Let's do something special. Let's be a part of Martinsville football history.
Getting a chance to do that on Friday night. Good luck against the Pioneers. Hope to be with you once again next week.
That would be awesome. It'd be great to be here next week talking about with the trophy sitting here next to us.
All right, Coach, we appreciate it. Good luck on Friday.
Hey, thanks.
That's Artesian head coach Brian Duggar here on Inside Martinsville Football. The Artesians a chance, like we said, to make some history. First time since 1996. Looking for a sectional championship. They'll have to do it. Kind of similar to how that 1996 team did again. They got to get some revenge on a very, very good ball club, but it sounds like they're up to the task. Coach, as always, we appreciate you coming in. Good luck on Friday for the head coach, Brian Duggar, along with Silas McFarland, who came in and produced it. I'm Eric Meyer. We'll see you again next time inside Martinsville Football.
He's got a man wide open. Can he come down with it? He does!